Hey everyone, it's Jack from Clearaway Coaching. I've got a little post-workout mobility sequence here for you. So if you like it, please like, share and subscribe. So we're going to start off on our feet and you're just going to take 1 foot back and place it on the mat, lifting your hips up so you get a nice stretch through the front of the foot. You're then going to take the other foot back and do the same on the other foot, so you should be feeling this across the front of your foot. Next, you're going to get into tabletop position, so on all fours, and you're going to point your fingers towards your knees, so you're going to get a really good stretch through the forearms and the biceps. And here you can just rock slowly back towards your heels and then back forwards and then back into your heels again, only going as far as your mobility allows until you feel a good stretch down the front of your arms there. So just make sure that you keep your palms on the mat. Don't push yourself too far, you only want to push as far as your mobility will allow. And make sure you keep on breathing as you're doing this one. So from here we're going to go to a tricep stretch, so you're going to curl your feet under, sit up nice and tall, and then you're going to place the hand in the middle of your back and pull on the elbow, getting a nice stretch down the tricep. Just going to hold that there, making sure you're breathing deep, nice and relaxed, and then you're going to change sides. So the other hand goes to the middle of the back and using your opposite hand to then pull on the elbow to increase that stretch down the tricep. Next, with your toes still curled under, you're going to link your fingers behind you and get a bit of a chest stretch in. Again, breathing deep, allowing the chest to open. With the feet curled under means that you're getting a foot stretch and a chest stretch here at the same time. Just hold that there and breathe. Once you release there, you're going to go back into tabletop position, and then you're going to take your right leg out long, point your toes forwards, reach up, and then bend to the side towards that straight leg. Again, breathing here, relaxing into this stretch down the side. Make sure you continue to breathe all the way through the stretch, trying to stay nice and relaxed. You're then going to come back up to center and bring your hands down to the mat, and then from here we're going to go for a cat-cow. So opening up here first, dropping the belly towards the floor. Should feel really good here. You're going to hold that, and then you're going to go for a round through, pushing everything down, 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 and that back extending through the thoracic. Should feel really good. Now we're just going to go over to the other side, so sending that left foot out long, reaching up and bending towards the side, towards that straight leg, breathing deep, get a nice stretch, keeping the head and neck neutral, stretching through there and breathing, and just try and relax through this as well. Back up to center, and then you're going to go for another cat-cow. So belly towards the mat, and then pressing everything down, 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 and curling through to the cow position, dropping the chin towards the chest. Again, feels really good here. So we're going to come back into tabletop position, and you're going to bring your right hand through, so the back of your hand down to the mat and your back of your shoulder coming through. So just stretching through that shoulder there, relax here. Again, breathing deep in through your nose, out through your nose. Really important that you breathe. And then we swap sides, so going over to the other shoulder, back of the hand onto the mat and coming back down through. Back onto all fours, this tabletop position. We're going to go for a cobra stretch, so you're going to bring your hips down, keeping the arms straight, lifting the chin towards the sky, getting a really good stretch through our anterior, so our abdominals at our front and into our hips here. Then from here, you're going to come back into child's pose, so sitting back, bum towards our heels, hands flat, getting a good stretch all through the back and the lats here. Just relax here and breathe nice and deep. And then from there, we're going to come up into a downward facing dog, good, nice stretch here through the whole of the posterior chain. This is a really good one. Making sure you're breathing this whole time, really, really important. So from downward dog, we're going to come back down to tabletop, and we're going to bring our right foot through into a half pigeon stretch. So at the moment we're just going to stay up nice and tall, breathing here, that right foot forwards, chest tall, breathing nice and deep. And then next we're going to soften and bow, coming down a little bit lower. We're going to hold it here for a couple of breaths, in and out, nice and deep. Relax through there. From here we're going to come back up and we're going to reach down towards the foot, which opens up the chest nicely. And then if you can, you're going to bring that foot up and hold on the inside of your foot. Now if you can't get to here, that's fine, you can hold that open chest position, but holding the foot here really brings a nice stretch to the psoas, into the quad, all through the hip flexor there. So if you have got that foot, then you need to slowly and gently release it, and we're going to come back to tabletop, and we're going to bring the other leg in and around into that pigeon, half pigeon pose, staying up tall to begin with, and then once we've been here for a couple of breath cycles, we will then be taking it down to a fold and a bow, and we're going to hold here again for a couple of breath cycles, breathing in and out nice and deep, staying relaxed through the stretch. Again, we're going to come back up here, and then we're going to reach across towards our foot, opening up the chest nicely, and then if you can, don't push it if you can't, but you're then going to grab the foot, that's it, and get that nice quad, psoas and hip flexor stretch in there. Again, really important to breathe, don't push anything here that you can't do, and then when you do release that foot, make sure it's with care and with grace. Swing the legs round in front of you and put the bottoms of your feet together, wrap your hands round, and you're going to sit up tall. We're going to finish with a little butterfly. So sitting up nice and tall, holding onto the feet, letting the knees drop towards the mat. Again, don't push it, stay aware of how far you can go comfortably, and just relax in this position to finish with, breathing in nice and deep. Well done for completing this mobility sequence. You can repeat this as much as you want after every session that you do, whether it's tennis, if it's in the gym, if it's a lifting session. It will just really help with that recovery. And make sure that you breathe deeply and don't push yourself to anything that you can't do. Relax into each stretch and it will get easier each time. If you liked what you saw today, please like, share and subscribe. My socials is @ClearAwayCoaching, and there'll be loads more content coming out on there.